I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Event is coming soon. YouTube channel. Here's the latest intel.
The FBI just indicted Hillary Clinton over Libyan war crimes. Anti-media Washington, D.C. A months-long investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server uncovered serious international crimes. Though the investigation seemed to focus on her illegal communications regarding official state business, more serious issues quickly began to emerge. Now, the FBI is abiding by international law and has just announced Hillary Clinton is being indicted for war crimes over her role in the overthrow of the Libyan government, among other illegal activities. The charges stem from the former Secretary of State's active role in enabling genocide against black Africans in Libya. As anti-media reported in January, Clinton was informed by one of her closest advisors that Libyan rebels were summarily executing black Libyans. However, this information did not stop Clinton from supporting those very same rebels with military aid. She even perpetuated the myth that these Libyans were simply foreign mercenaries hired by Muammar Gaddafi. Adding insult to injury, Clinton was later caught on camera joyously joking about the brutal execution of the former Libyan leader. See that video in the link below. Furthering Hillary's troubles with the FBI is another indictment, handed down last night, that focuses on her role in the 2009 military coup in Honduras. The indictment highlights further evidence the former secretary has made a habit of violating international law. Thanks to recent email revelations, we now know Clinton actively supported the Honduran military's overthrow of the country's elected government in order to establish a military dictatorship. As is the case in many U.S. foreign policy adventures, this military coup had disastrous consequences for the people of Honduras. The country is now one of the most violent places in the Western Hemisphere, and the coup is directly related to the massive influx of immigrants, refugees, flowing out of Central America and into the southern United States. In this sense, Hillary Clinton's policies in Honduras are helping Donald Trump, who has capitalized on anti-immigration rhetoric, inch closer to the presidency. But the FBI did not stop there. A third indictment came last night over Clinton's role in the Syrian civil war. In an even more blatant flouting of international law, Hillary Clinton apparently helped start the Syrian war simply to help Israel deal a strategic blow to Iran. Read that again. Hillary Clinton wanted to overthrow one government to help another government deal with yet another government. The best way to help Israel deal with Iran's growing nuclear capability is to help the people of Syria overthrow the regime of Bashar Assad, said an email from the State Department outlining Clinton's strategy in Syria. However, her plan failed. It has turned the Syrian conflict into a bloody stalemate that has cost the lives of approximately 300,000 innocent Syrians and turned another 10 million into refugees so far. This, again, is another Clinton policy helping to elect Donald Trump by inflaming fears about Middle Eastern refugees flooding into Europe and the U.S. Republicans and Bernie Sanders supporters alike are sure to applaud these indictments as they will surely cause Clinton to drop out of the 2016 presidential race. It's hard to believe the American people would elect a war criminal to the highest office in the land, or that a wanted international criminal is allowed to freely travel and conduct a political campaign. For now, Clinton has gone into hiding somewhere in South America, though her unabashed support for regime change in basically every country on the continent will make it hard for her to blend in with the local population for long. Anyone with information about Hillary Clinton's whereabouts is encouraged to email the FBI at aprilfool@fbi.gov. Yes, sadly this is an April Fool's Day article that amounts to wishful thinking. But all of the information provided, except for the indictments and Clinton being in hiding, is 100% factual. Hillary Clinton actually did all those horrible things, yet she's somehow still not behind bars, and in fact, continues to run for the most powerful job in the world. Go figure. For an in-depth look at Hillary's dirty dealings, see Anti-Media's Clinton Archives from the link below. Tyler Durden wrote on March 28, 2016. From Zero Hedge, earlier this month, Conservative legal advocacy group Judicial Watch released a series of documents obtained via an FOIA request which appear to prove that Hillary Clinton knew her BlackBerry wasn't secure when she and her staff moved into Mahogany Row, the nickname given to the set of offices reserved for senior officials in the Department of State. Email exchanges between Senior Coordinator for Security Infrastructure Donald Reed and the NSA show Clinton was intent on obtaining a secure BlackBerry that she could use in restricted areas. Although Clinton would of course be given a desktop computer on which she could safely conduct state business, Reed said the secretary had become addicted to her BlackBerry during her ill-fated 2008 presidential campaign. The issue here is one of personal comfort. An email from Reed reads, Secretary Clinton, does not use a personal computer, so our view of someone wedded to their email, why doesn't she use her desktop when in SIF? Doesn't fit this scenario. During the campaign she was urged to keep in contact with thousands via a BB, once she got the hang of it she was hooked. Now every day, sick, she feels hamstrung because she has to lock her BB up. When the NSA wasn't receptive, longtime Clinton aide and BlackRock crony Cheryl Mills tried her hand at convincing security officials to find a workaround for Clinton's BlackBerry, but she too was rebuffed. The department's designated NSA liaison, whose name was redacted from the documents, expressed concerns about security vulnerabilities inherent with using BlackBerry devices for secure communications or in secure areas, AP recounts, adding that Clinton began sending work-related emails through private accounts soon after, in March 2009. Or so the story goes. In fact, however, Clinton may have begun using the private server housed in her basement before March. And while there's some ambiguity, that would seem to contradict statements she made under oath. Conservative legal watchdogs have discovered new emails from Hillary Clinton's private email server dating back to the first days of her tenure as Secretary of State, The Hill reports, referencing newly released messages turned up by Judicial Watch. The previously undisclosed February 2009 emails between Clinton from her then Chief of Staff, Cheryl Mills, raised new questions about the scope of emails from Clinton's early days in office that were not handed over to the State Department for record-keeping and may have been lost entirely. Here, for instance, is a message dated February 13 that appears to reference the meeting Mills had with the NSA. Just to clarify, this is a problem because Clinton's campaign has contended that she did not use the personal account prior to March and the publicly released emails begin on March 18. Again, there's some ambiguity here. Clinton has previously acknowledged that she emailed with department officials before March 18, 2009, the date of the first email in the collection that former Secretary Clinton provided to the department in December 2014, a State Department official said last week. Former Secretary Clinton has also indicated that she does not have access to work-related emails beyond those she turned over to the department. So essentially, the argument is that although there were indeed work-related emails sent prior to March 18, Clinton could not access them to turn them over, or something. The story keeps changing. And indeed that's the whole problem. At this point it's abundantly clear that Clinton would have been far better off telling the truth from the very beginning, and the fact that incremental information continues to surface certainly seems to suggest that the former First Lady fully intends to admit only what someone else can prove. That doesn't exactly inspire much trust. So now we know that, contrary to her statement under oath suggesting otherwise, Hillary Clinton did not turn over all her government emails, Tom Fitton, the head of Judicial Watch said in a statement. We also know why Hillary Clinton falsely suggests she didn't use ClintonMail.com account prior to March 18, 2009, because she didn't want Americans to know about her February 13, 2009. Email that shows that she knew her BlackBerry and email use was not secure. While we would note that there's a bit of confirmation bias going on there, that is, Fitton said the messages he uncovered earlier this month were proof that Clinton knew her BlackBerry wasn't secure, and now he says the new emails are proof that that proof was indeed proof. Fitton is probably right. Clinton most likely would rather not have been forced to admit that she and Cheryl Mills essentially tried to browbeat the NSA into figuring out how to accommodate the Blackberries, because the very fact that they had the conversation in the first place suggests Clinton and Mills knew the devices weren't secure. But more importantly, it seems exceedingly unlikely that Clinton couldn't have turned over the messages from February had she wanted to. That is, how is it that she had access to mail on her private server from March 18 but not from the beginning of February? Did she permanently delete the messages? And if so, why? Well, the FBI intends to find out, because as a new Washington Post piece, which you're encouraged to read in its entirety, details, the Bureau now has 147 agents on the case. 147 FBI agents have been deployed to run down leads, WAPO writes, adding that the FBI has accelerated the investigation because officials want to avoid the possibility of announcing any action too close to the election. While we can always hold out some hope that Clinton will one day be held accountable and that someone, somewhere will dispel with the notion that America's political aristocracy is above the law, we can't help but suspect that we'll never see Hillary Clinton in black and white stripes, unless it's a pantsuit.
For additional information, please visit our website, theeventiscomingsoon.com, and our Facebook page at facebook.com/theeventiscomingsoon, your alternative news source for disclosure and the event. Make sure you search our library of videos. You may have missed some very important information and intel. Remember to subscribe to receive updates on our new videos. Stay tuned.
We leave you in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth and rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one Creator. Victory of the light.
Event is coming soon. YouTube channel.